Hello everyone and welcome back to HeMakesMePlay. I am Marius and I'm blind. I can't see and so I make other people play video games.
Paper people.
Yes, I make paper people play. Yeah, but we're taking this, Vincent, this intro.
Yes.
I'm here with Vincent. Hello, Vincent. We
Hello,
haven't
Marius.
done this for a while. Can
Yeah.
you tell? Yes,
I'm so
Vincent
glad to be
unfortunately
back.
had a little bit of the sniffles.
Sniffles.
Is what I would say.
Yes.
Guess who doesn't have the sniffles because he has so much adrenaline. He cannot have a clogged nose. It's Harry, Vincent, because he's finally found the Phasmid.
Yes.
Because we actually had to think about this for a while. What did we do last time? Well, we talked to the guy for like 4 episodes, and then a monster appeared. That's what happens. And
Best
yeah.
part.
There's nothing further to say. Let's get into this. I'm extremely excited, actually. What is the deal with this Phasmid? Yes.
Let's talk to it.
Yes.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you.
And I believe I already described the portrait.
Yeah, it looks like a weird alien in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
that's enough for me.
like a mix between an alien and a spider with lots of eyes, and yeah, it's weird.
Blah, disgusting. Okay, but what are the conversation options?
None yet. We'll
Okay.
see.
The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that's not there.
That is suggestion with a challenging success.
Well, what is the suggestion here?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
That's very, very specific.
Yeah, it also reminds me of the very start of the game, where I don't know if the noise was actually there, but there was in our hotel room there was a endlessly spinning tape machine.
Wow, that's very observant, Vincent. That's I guess, yeah. We would have to go back and listen.
And we have options.
Yeah.
We can retreat slowly and leave. That's option number 4.
Boring.
We also have option number 1, whisper. This is the insulindian Phasmid.
Yes.
We can also, number 2, say something to it quietly. Something like, and then ellipsis. And the last option, the third option, is a red check, electrochemistry, medium 10, approach carefully.
Why is that electro? That's when this horrible skill comes up?
I don't know.
What's the rationale behind that?
Okay. We have a good bit of bonuses to that, though.
Well, we're a natural talent.
Yeah, and also we spend a lot of time researching this Phasmid.
Okay, tell me the bonuses.
Plus 3, Lena's childhood experience.
Okay, yeah.
Plus 1, your corpse will be marked by stars.
What? Okay, interesting. Go on.
I'm not sure. Plus 1, the miracle, way out in the west.
I forget what that is referring to.
Me too. And
We're so bad at this. I'm sorry.
It's
been
been
so
years.
long. Yes.
It's been years.
Literally. Okay, go on.
and another plus 1, laid the pheromone on thick.
Oh, I guess we did that.
Did we?
Did we? Well, I mean, at least the game remembers.
It's also cryptic.
Yeah. Well, it's pulling from everything that happened in the
Yeah.
game, right? I think it's great. And I'm so glad there's payoff for all the Phasmid bullshit.
Yeah.
Any more bonuses?
No, that's it.
Okay, that's it.
But we are at a 97% chance.
Okay,
to
the
succeed.
game wants us to succeed.
I mean, I want us to succeed.
So here's the thing. I mean, should we even do the other conversation options? Normally we'd do that to dig for more bonuses. There is literally no possible benefit from any more bonuses. We are at the maximum likelihood.
True.
So there's literally only downsides.
Yes, if these are options that give us bonuses. If
Yeah.
they are options
But
that,
they might give us malices. is my
yeah,
thinking.
or more insight.
Yeah, that's
But
the thing, right? I just don't want to miss the content, and this is just how we play. So yeah, take number 1, Vincent. Whisper that it's the Phasmid. Make it official.
It is.
finally he's a believer. I feel so validated, actually. This entire sort of plot line of like he's the Scully to our Mulder, and like is like doubting this Phasmid stuff. That's really got to me over the days and years.
But now we can prove.
Yes,
him
finally,
wrong.
because I want to be on good terms with Kim, right? And that part of that is sharing the same reality, and now we do.
It also says, it is, the lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping, slowly, painstakingly so.
Why is he reaching for his gun?
Or
that-
his notebook?
I must sketch this. He should take a picture of this thing.
Oh, yeah, right. He has one more picture left in this
Yeah.
machine, right?
Maybe that will come up. That would be cool.
We'll see.
Why is that?
Glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's so good. Do it, Kim.
Continue.
No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
He's right.
Yeah, that will save your affair with a medium success, and we can either say, Kim, and we whisper, the flash is loud. It won't like that. Or number 2, whisper, are you sure you won't scare it off?
Yeah, do number 1.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
He continues to pull the lens open.
I like how he immediately switched mode from skeptic to complete supporter, and he's just being pragmatic about it. Like, yeah, this is what we need to do now.
Yes.
Okay.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the Phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Oh, wow.
I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
Oh, is that telepathic communication, Vincent?
It's half-light. I'm guessing half-light is translating the
Yeah.
ultrasonic clicks.
Well, Half-Light would understand this on an emotional sort of lizard brain level, right?
Yeah, for a second I was expecting shivers there.
Mm.
Because there's
Yeah.
already this weird communication with the rest of the city, the world.
It's true, but Shivers, I think, gave us the idea of this sort of situational awareness when we had the red check that we failed. Like, hey, there's something here, right?
Right.
And that is Shivers, literally. That's this weird thing you get when you feel like you're being watched, right? And
yeah.
like the back of your head.
And we can say, number 1, okay, take the picture. Or number 2, it's afraid. Stop now.
Yeah, we have to tell him to stop.
Yeah, maybe at the end we can tell him to take a picture, but not now.
No.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera, but does not put it down.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly
I approve.
fine.
Yeah.
He's letting his pride get in the way.
That's authority.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be ridiculed like he ridiculed others, right?
Yeah.
You see the Phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
And we can continue to whisper and say, who cares what they think, Kim?
Yeah.
Or number 2, just listen to me.
Yeah, do number 1. That's about the pride stuff.
Understood. Of course.
Nice. We handled this so well, Vincent.
It starts with, he comes to abruptly. Understood, of course, he says with a nod.
Yeah.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
And we gain 5 XP.
Nice.
And no further bonuses.
That's
to
okay.
check. But yeah, we're already at the maximum.
A bit pointless, but fun.
Yeah.
What was the other option?
Say something to it, quietly. Something like ...
I don't know if I want to do that, though. Do you?
I mean, it feels like we are about to say something to it anyway.
If we approach it, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do the red check.
Okay, here we go.
Ha!
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the Phasmid.
Yeah.
The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows.
Harry actually did that in the game, and I think the intention was that he raises his hand like to calm it down, or something. but the issue is we still have our massive toolbox in the hand.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're a bit threatening. Yeah.
Looked a bit not so calming.
Yeah. Okay.
Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soak in your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals.
Oh, that's why it's electro, I guess. We have to like communicate with it through pheromones.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's maybe because our first idea was that we're just high or seeing something, and Electro is
okay.
telling us for once you are not. But I guess your explanation is even better.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Wow. So strange. Kind of beautiful.
And we can say, number 1, raise our hand slowly. Number 2, we say, hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. Number 3, we can whisper, okay, Kim, take the picture. Or we can disengage slowly and leave.
I would say do number 1. That's a universal gesture of calm the fuck down, raising your hand.
Yes, I agree.
If you do it slowly. If you do it fast, it's more like I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid.
Who said that?
Suddenly their silence was said by perception hearing,
Okay, very good.
and no, stop, be afraid was said by half-light.
Half-light again, okay.
Yeah, and we can either raise the other hand too, or put our hand down.
This is sort of ambiguous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, who is Half-Light telling that to? Is that... Should we be afraid? Should we communicate to it? Stop be afraid?
Guess so, but I'm not even sure how we would communicate being afraid here.
Yeah, what are the semiotics of raising or lowering your hand? Is what I need to know. Like... I mean, okay, it's easy, right? We raised the hand. Half-Light said something about stop. So I'm saying we lower it, right?
Okay.
Although often in the game, when skills are successful and give you new conversation options, it's the first one, right? But does it always happen?
It's not always a new conversation option. And we have had cases where, even though we don't know for sure, we are pretty sure that at times conversation options were slotted in at the bottom, for example.
Yeah, that does happen. And here it's like a binary choice anyway.
Yes.
Which may have existed without Half-Light's aid. This is so stressful, Vincent. I say we lower it.
Yeah, me too. Put your hand down.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
Okay.
I think it was correct.
Yes.
At least it wasn't wrong.
We didn't gain anything, but we also didn't lose anything.
Okay, yeah. Story of my life. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. What else?
We're back to the previous menu. We can say, hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
Yeah, I do want to say that.
We can tell Kim to take the picture, or we can leave.
No, talk to it now.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
It's a rabbit.
It doesn't... It's uncaring, unknowing, and unknowable.
Yeah.
It is
That's
the universe.
Great basis for communication.
Well, yeah, it doesn't... But it also doesn't understand our problems.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a helpful perspective for Harry. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe his problems aren't that big of a deal.
Well, not to this guy, you know.
Yeah. Well, we can either stand on our tiptoes and look more closely, or back off.
No, look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish.
Sorry, mouth parts is one of the most disgusting phrases in the entire English language, according to me. It's really not something you want to hear, like that something has mouth parts.
Yeah.
It's never appealing.
Yeah, especially when there's little bubbles
Yeah.
forming and it's pretty moist. And
Yeah. I do wonder now if that foam gets you high, though. I mean, Electro was already involved.
Really?
Maybe, you know.
Well.
Yeah. So what are the options?
We can't test it.
Not yet.
Maybe. The only thing we can do is either drop our heels back down onto solid ground or say to Kim in a whisper, Kim, it's foaming.
Sure. Say it. Yeah.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The lieutenant watches you apprehensively.
One man's poison is another man's drug.
True.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one.
They really brought out the thesaurus for this one.
Yeah.
Like the most disgusting terms section. Like masticating is another one.
Yeah.
All right.
Imagine a giant spider, but there's
No, I don't want to imagine a giant
caramel
spider.
running down its mouth.
No.
parts.
Those are not things that go together, Vincent.
Yeah. We're back to the previous menu. We can still ask Kim to take the picture, but we have a white check.
Ah, nice.
Inland Empire.
Yes.
Medium 11. And we say to ourselves, tell me, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like what the fuck is up with this check?
And we have +1, spoke to the hanged man.
Ah, yes.
+2, did not give up on Phasmid.
Yes.
And another +1, knows of Parthenogenesis?
Parthenogenesis. What is it about? Is that about the Parthenon?
I guess it came up at some point, but I don't.
So much came up, Vincent. It's like crap. I love that the game is tying everything together, but we're just too slow at playing it. So
Yeah,
I still feel very vindicated for everything.
I agree with the
validated.
first two parts. Like we spoke to the hanged man. Yes, I remember
This is
that.
about our conscience. That's fine.
Yeah, we did not give up on the Phasmid.
Yes.
And then there's another point I don't understand, but sure.
Parthenon. Maybe that's something that what's his name? Not Marl, the Phasmid expert, talked to us about. Right? We had long conversations with him.
Yeah, maybe.
Parthenon. Whatever. Okay. The viewers who know are probably screaming at us right now. What are the chances? Pretty good, I'm guessing.
We are excellent at Inland Empire
yes.
anyway. So we have a +9 just from Inland Empire.
Oh, yes.
And then a +4 from the bonuses, so we are at 97%.
Yeah, this is very much our forte, I would
Yes.
say. I would say without further delay, let's just hit it, Vincent.
There we go.
I exist.
Wow.
This is so good.
That's
I am
like
so
we can
happy.
hear him. Yes. Speak more, little friend. Masticate to me.
Yeah, but stop it with the bubbles. So it says, I exist. And we say, not out loud, I exist too. Or number 2, I am a detective. Number 3, is this a dream? What is happening? Number 4, what exactly are you? Number 5, are you poisonous? And number 6, I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
I'm so glad we got to this part. This is the mother lode. We
yes.
just struck it. So, yeah, let's dig in. Number 1. Establishing a foundation. We both exist, yes.
Uh-huh.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's so friendly, so curious.
Yeah, but how to answer? Option number 1, fire, burning. Option number 2, it's wunderbar, which means
That's German for wonderful, everyone.
exactly.
Yes.
I don't know how Harry got to German all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure,
Because it's so philosophical right now. I don't know.
maybe. Number 3, I'm ill. And number 4, if I tell you, what will happen?
I think for Harry, the first option isn't far off.
Fire.
He's
burning.
suffering, right?
Yeah, it also reminds me of the letters we set on fire in front of the whirling and rags.
Yeah, me too. I thought of that as well. And the other ones, well, I don't like the detective. No, was that an option? The detective? No.
Fire burning, then it's wunderbar.
Oh, right.
I'm ill, and if I tell you, what will happen?
So it's wunderbar seems just not really true for Harry. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, maybe he means something different. Well, I guess we're bad for this because to us, right? Like that word actually means something to you and me. For another player who doesn't speak German, that this is like the weird option where it's just a random word.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good option as well. I also feel though it's not gonna tell the Phasmid a lot. I'm voting fire. Go with fire.
Yeah. And also, just right, wunderbar means full of wonders, potentially. So, and we're talking to a Phasmid, but yeah.
Right now
it's
that's
just-
true, but that's not what the Phasmid asked.
Yeah. What is existing like?
Yeah.
Fire burning.
Fire? Where?
And we can answer inside. Number 2, in the city, all around. It's going down. And number 3, on the horizon, pale fire. This thing we're both sensing is coming to an end.
Wow, that's good too.
Yeah.
I like all of these.
I don't like to talk
Also,
about the
the-
city. The second option is my least favorite, I think.
This is a weird Vladimir Nabokov reference because he's talking about Pale Fire, which is a book that guy wrote, which is a big, like, weird poetry book.
Okay.
And it's called Pale Fire. I think that's a reference. That's not an accident, right?
Might very
And
well
maybe
be,
that's the whole. Did I make this comment before? I don't know. Is that the reason why it's called the Pale? I'm only making this connection now, I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
What is the book about? Like, what's the core?
I don't remember, Vincent. I haven't read it. I read Ada by
Yeah.
the same author.
Well-
I think it's a big. He gets like angry at his neighbors, but then he's like criticizing his own poem. It's like this post-modern thing. You know, it's like House of Leaves, where it's like there's a content level, and then there's like commentary about that poem, and it's like the actual story happens in between those two layers. I don't want to say more because, like, I might as well just say it's about there's a movie about it, Vincent. It's called Letters from Iwo Jima. I think that's what that movie is about by Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem now is I want to take all these options.
Yes. Well, where do we start?
Yeah, what do you find most interesting? The one is like true, that explains the fire the best, I think. The last option, I think, is sort of interesting to me because maybe it gets to Phasmid talking about the Pale, and I really want to
Yes.
know what the Phasmid says about the Pale.
I want to take the third option.
Let's do it.
On the horizon, pale fire. This thing we're both sensing is coming to an end.
That is your problem. Nothing ever ends for me. There is only room for 2, maybe 3 pictures in my mind.
Oh, that's such a good answer. Yeah. That's only a problem for you. Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to say to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Nice.
That's an interesting existence.
Yeah. Someone smoked a lot of DMT. That's what I'm thinking.
Transient, dim, moist.
Yeah. It's a good place, sure.
Guess, yeah.
Let's be friends, Phasmid. So, what else?
We're back to the first menu. So, number 1, I exist too. We did that. Number 2, intruded upon by what? Then number 3, I am a detective. Number 4, is this a dream? What is happening? Number 5, what exactly are you? And so on and so forth.
Intruded upon by what is what I was wondering.
shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms, all speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding.
For some reason, that totally cracks me up. Totally beyond my understanding.
Well, yeah, it's true. He's so right.
I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds.
very philosophical.
You
creature.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
the-
for not being anything and not having a soul, it's certainly very articulate. I mean, you may not have a soul, but you do have a thesaurus. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
It's me in my little tiny darkness room and my thesaurus.
But that's okay, right? That's why this game is sort of artsy, because it's
Yeah.
giving a voice to stuff that doesn't normally speak. What I didn't catch that. What did it say at the start? I'm an air funnel.
A narrow funnel.
Oh, okay.
I am at the end of a narrow funnel,
Right.
weightless, so light it only feels like something to be me.
Yeah. This might be something that it's teaching Harry a nice lesson. I mean, it sounds like this is something that might be good for him.
Yeah.
Not be able to burn.
Yeah, also, I mean, again, this reminds me of the start of the game, right? Or basically every time we talk to our ancient reptilian brain, right? Where
Sure, yeah. We're in the blissful oblivion.
Exactly, yeah. And
But like this Phasmid is like one step below that, though, right?
yeah, like there's one little window of emotions and, or not emotions, but sensations.
Yeah,
coming
it's
through.
like he took one step and Harry just went a little bit too far into like solid reality,
Yeah.
which is painful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop it, Harry.
Yes, we are flame.
Yes.
We can reply with number one. You're the type of animal I would like to be.
Yeah, exactly. Game! You did it again.
Number two.
Yes.
I'm glad to be me. An incredibly sensitive instrument.
Stop lying.
Or number three. The fuck is happening to me right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Still, yo, you gotta say number one.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We can say, yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask? Or number two. No, I'm not. Why are you asking?
Number two.
Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
What did it say at the start?
Sometimes when molting, I regrow a lost limb.
Oh, right. Molting is what insects do, right? Where they go in like a
Exactly,
cocoon, or
right.
I think they spread, they shed their old like skin, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they don't go into a cocoon. Not necessarily. Like
Yeah, that's not the same. I know.
But yeah,
Why is he saying that now, though? It's like he's suggesting to us that our current state of like misery and alcoholism is like shedding old skin, getting rid of stuff that's no longer relevant, like our ex-wife. We should just shed it like a carapace.
I guess
That's my takeaway.
It's questioning why we would be it, and I guess it's telling us that not everything it is good in a way.
Well, why do you want to be something else, right?
Mhm.
And like, yeah, like if you want that so much, this light, airy state, why do you not let go of your ex-wife, you dumbass? Like, just do it. Just shed your skin. Anyway, that's what I'm hearing. Give me more instinct.
Yeah. First, we have to reply. We can either say number one, that's absolutely nothing. Or number two, a small leg. That's horrible. Or number three, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me again what the later part of the instinct's response was?
It says, Sometimes when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time, something went wrong and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
Something I didn't catch that before. Something went wrong in the molting.
Yes, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
Right.
I
That's
am-
also interesting.
I am not sure how that would work with molting, to
I
be honest, but
okay.
sure.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's the molting expert.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's done it many times and I haven't.
But that's like what I'm taking from that now is like that. Like okay, Harry is in that state where something is awry inside of him, right? The insect is trying to empathize with us. I think, trying to compare situations.
Oh.
Like, okay, something was wrong with me once. Should be an antenna, but it was a leg after I was changing. And Harry is like, he was in this molting state of alcoholism-induced oblivion.
Yeah,
and
and there's
something's
fire
wrong.
inside of me,
Yes.
and now I want to be someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the only way the insect can relate. Okay, so how do we respond to that? Can you repeat the responses?
That's absolutely nothing is number one.
Okay.
Number two, a small leg. That's horrible.
Okay.
Number three, that's cool.
Yeah, this is now, okay, I understand now. How do we respond to his suffering? Do we belittle it or blow it out of proportions, or are we like curious about it? The third one seems like the best choice, but it may not be the authentic choice for Harry. How would Harry answer? What do you think?
I vote number two. That's horrible. We empathize. Even though it's kind of over the top.
Yeah, and it's very negative, but I do want to hear how the insect will respond to that, right? What does it say? Let's say it's horrible.
Yes, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
Yeah, that sucks.
Indeed. Even though the head is very far away from... Whatever. I'm not an expert on...
Don't question the Phasmid
physics
instance.
of inter-isolary Phasmids.
Yeah.
We can say, number one, you don't have a foot there now. Or number two, okay, I don't want to hear more about that.
No, fuck that. Yeah, sure. So another question is, okay, how did you fix the problem? Something was wrong. How did you get out of it?
Yes, more molting, I would assume.
Well, let's hear it.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
All right.
I was partially right.
Why? What were you saying?
More molting.
Right. Yeah. It's true, and you have to, I guess, be willing to suffer a little more in order to get out of a shitty situation.
Yeah. Or
Do not resist change, I guess.
Or let somebody else eat a part of you.
Yeah.
The part that you don't want, that is causing you issues.
And it's not something that was in the power of the Phasmid.
True.
Yeah.
And we're back to the very first menu.
Ah, damn.
The next option is, I am a detective.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Now's the time. Arrest the Phasmid.
What's the charge? Well, we'll find out.
It's yeah, I don't know.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Very funny game. Very funny. Did not
Nice.
see that one coming, but
Me
yeah,
neither.
it's a good pun. I'm wondering if that's what they started with, this pun, and then they spun the whole Phasmid line around that.
Yeah.
And it ends up being this thing with antennas. Hey guys, what other things are detecting things and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
And
Yeah.
every now and then somebody asks, are you sure you want to... Shut up!
Do you really
We're
think
doing
this
this
Phasmid
Phasmid
thing?
thing.
Like okay, yeah, I can see that. But I think it worked out. Whoever at their office insisted on the
Yes.
stupid Phasmid stuff.
I'm so glad
I am
they
on your
kept it.
side.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, we can say, so the question was, what were you born to detect? And we can answer with number one, also that.
Chemicals and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Number two,
Because we're a drug addict. Yeah.
number two, the killer.
Yeah.
And number three, I was born to detect you.
That's not really true. Say the killer.
Okay.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
Whoa, that's interesting. I mean, the killer is the guy, right?
Yeah.
We've established that. And the Phasmid knows him. And the
And knows that
Phasmid...
he's deteriorating.
Yeah, that was also our assessment of
Yeah.
him, right?
Mhm.
But this part is interesting. Why is the Phasmid... Like, why does the killer think the Phasmid is beneficial? What's his relation to the Phasmid? And why is the Phasmid actually bad for him?
I'm also surprised by the fact that the Phasmid understood that the killer meant the guy behind us.
Yeah, but I mean, this is sort of telepathic, so maybe that's okay.
True.
Also, it reminds me now that in one of the last videos we made, some skill or whatever came up and said, maybe multiple times even, hey, this guy, like, he's still sort of fit and stuff, but he shouldn't be. And he's got so much energy left that there's something this is not just the amphetamines or whatever. Something unwholesome is pushing this guy on.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering, is this related to the Phasmid doing that somehow?
Huh. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Some
I don't know.
pheromone or something.
Yeah, maybe the foam. That's where the foam comes in, Vincent. Okay,
Well,
how to continue?
One option, we ask, you're destroying him?
Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads.
Oh.
But he has looked at me for too long, and I am destroying him.
Oh, wow. That must be so psychedelic for him. I mean, he didn't even recognize the Phasmid anymore, right? He couldn't see him.
Yeah.
And I guess the Phasmid has some kind of telepathic defense cloaking thing that scrambles your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which
yeah,
is wild.
it's totally wild. And this guy has basically gotten high off of that too much.
Uh-huh.
And it scrambled his brain and crossed some wires. And maybe that's why he's got more energy than he should. And yeah,
Yeah.
fascinating. This is like a Star Trek episode. And a good
Yes.
one at that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
we're only halfway through, if even that. Because the next question we can ask is this a dream?
Sure.
What is happening?
Yeah.
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
All right.
Light is forming it. Sure. Next option is, where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Yeah. What is reality?
Yeah, we've asked those questions many times.
Yeah.
Not even the birds know that. Not even a water lily.
Yeah.
I love that birds and water lilies are apparently experts in these things.
It's like nature he's talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's a mystery. Okay.
we can
That's his take.
answer number one. We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god. Or number two, then all we can do is beat our fists against it, day after day, with no answer.
Yes, Phasmid. What is the meaning of life? But let's do number one.
I think we should eat it. It is a leaf. You can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
I mean, that's what an animal would say, I guess. Yeah.
That is true. Even if it's a...
Why make it so complicated, little stupid human?
Yes. Next option. What exactly are you?
Mm-hmm.
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindia Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trashkins and boys.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
Yes.
Not unknown to itself, apparently.
Ugh, and creep. Yeah, it's extremely good at taxonomy and like being. That was a very specific answer.
Uh-huh.
That's fine, I guess. Also, it's implying that it played with Lillian's boys, I guess, which is creepy.
No, not boys, but boys.
Oh, boys. Yeah, this
Oh,
weird
yeah.
word that I
Mhm.
can't pronounce either.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. It's just playing with stuff in the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went unnoticed by the first settlers, and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebosho, district of Martinez, March
That's us.
21.
Yes, he's talking about us. Yeah, okay, this Phasmid creature has sort of the perspective of eternity. Yeah, existing outside of history with a very long breath and patience. All right.
Next question. Are you poisonous?
Okay. Harry?
Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry, it is only destructive over long periods of time.
Okay.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
That's it.
Vincent, you're not going to keep me from saying this.
Let's
This
take the
Phasmid
next answer.
it's incorrect. It is actually what it is describing. It is not poisonous. It is instead venomous, because poisonous means that if you eat it, you will like get sick, and venom is something that animals use to attack, or yeah, I guess as a defense might count, but it's like active, right? Maybe correct me. Leave a comment about poisoned venom if you
I
know.
can never remember which one it is.
No,
which,
but
so
poison,
I'll
I know
trust
that's
you.
when you eat it. That's poisonous. And yeah, I guess our theory is sort of correct, right? It's like, it's a neurodegenerative poison, venom, whatever, that has been affecting this killer. This should go in our police report.
Ah,
Yeah,
I guess so. If we can prove it with a picture.
exactly. We'll get there,
Yeah.
I'm sure. What's next?
Are you the miracle? And that is the last option.
Huh. Okay.
No, you are the miracle.
Aww.
Shut up.
And we ask, how?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively median life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness, a volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet.
Can you read that out? There was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively median life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet.
Yeah, I agree. That's a correct assessment. Yeah.
The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Oh, this is about our ecology now. The pale is a metaphor for global warming. Is that what's going on? Did I miss that?
I guess.
Well, right now it sounds a bit like that, with the
Yeah.
birds and the plants being worried about us destroying everything. What the other things he was mentioning? What was that? I didn't catch that. Is this just random alien species that we don't know?
The Snidarians
Yes,
do not. The radically symmetricals do not.
this is a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
I bet Cnidians have weird foreheads.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just... I'm still wondering how that communication works between Harry and the Phasmid.
I don't think you should question that.
Yeah, but here's maybe just something that the Phasmid knows and Harry doesn't, and he can't understand it.
Okay,
And that's
sure,
it.
yeah. But it's like don't. It's like time travel. Don't think about it too much. It's never gonna make
I
sense.
find it too interesting to stop myself.
Yeah, okay. Who am I to stop you? I guess.
Yes.
But yeah.
I could talk more about it, but I'll leave it.
But somehow, I guess, evil humans brought the pale, like misaligned humans, like I guess imagined non-existence into existence, possibly by clinging too much to existence itself.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what he's saying. Is my takeaway.
I mean, he says, we are an extreme, all-engulfing madness.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fair to say it was just evil humans, or if it's just happening because we humans are what they are.
Doesn't that come down to the same thing? What's the difference?
Well, evil
It's like-
humans I understand as specific parts of humanity are
Yeah, okay.
responsible.
That's not what I mean. Yeah,
okay,
it's
you mean
like
the evil humankind.
it's like we're innate evil
Yeah,
because
okay, yeah.
our nervous system is shaped that way.
Mhm.
Evil is the wrong term for sure. It's just yeah. What else?
We have a wait option. We can ask, wait, the pail is human-made?
Yeah,
Or we
that-
can say, I don't have that kind of power.
yeah. Ask him more about the pail.
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you fix that situation?
Get rid of all the humans? Makes sense
I
to me.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know what exact. Apparently, we know that the arrival of the pail coincides with the arrival of humanity, but we don't know what causes it. And as long as we don't know what actually causes it, apart from just the evil in humans,
I mean,
really
it's the
fix it?
story of the fall of man, right? It's like pale. What is pale? Pale is forgetfulness and death, right?
Mm-hmm.
The end of being, right? And it's like, yeah, we ate from the tree of knowledge, and so we know the difference between good and evil. Like we know, like we take, like existence isn't so light for us. It's not so dreamlike like he describes. Not just a couple of images.
Yeah.
It's like real, and therefore we also bring into existence. We suddenly know the difference between existence and non-existence, and that's how we bring the pale into being.
So I'm still wondering. At the very start, it said that existence is only like 3 pictures for it, which
Yeah.
to me means okay, there's no time there, right? No understanding of time, even though it has since talked about time and how.
Yeah, it's breaking a couple rules.
Yeah, but it has only talked about time in relation to human governments. And all
Yeah,
that
that's
stuff.
true. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
I think you're right. It should have a very different time perception, and that's what I mean. Like it's a perspective of eternity. He's outside of time in a way.
yeah.
I'm glad we agree on
and,
this.
and we are not, and that's how the pale happens because
Sort of, yeah.
um,
And forgetting is one way to relate to time, I guess.
yeah, and maybe that's what her innocence Dolores Day was trying to tell us. After the pale, or after
Oh, right.
death, life, and
Yeah,
after
yeah.
life, death, and it's a loop. But it's not really not because there's really no time. Maybe it is, but only for us. It's weird.
Vincent, I think we cracked this reality case wide open. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Existential detectives.
I mean, what we really
the
have
case.
to do is arrest Phasmid, obviously.
Yeah.
well-
What else?
Now we can only say, I don't have that kind of power.
Yeah.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
And
Whoa.
we ask, how?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Who said that?
Conceptualization.
Okay.
And we gain 10 XP because it's
Nice.
a conceptualization check. Worth it.
I think this is worth more than 10 XP. But okay.
Well, maybe we'll get something better at the end.
Yeah.
We can ask, where's how? Or we can say, I don't want to know.
No. Where's how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Alright, I really like the sound design on this guy, but I do have trouble understanding him. Could you be so kind as to read this again?
It says, everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nerve mirror. What if you blink? Are we still there? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day? Or just forget?
Yeah, okay.
And we can, number 1, blink. Quick.
Don't.
Number 2, have I always thought this way? Number 3, but I want to blink and undo 12 billion years of meta expansion. Number 4, I have already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much.
Yeah, that's true. Can
And-
you say that?
Number 5, I will be extra careful not to blink, stick insect. Don't worry.
Well, I think I want to say the drinking thing.
Okay.
What do you want to say?
Yeah.
Just
Still-
be kind and say that we won't blink. I
I'm
mean, it's not
wondering-
true. You're gonna blink eventually.
Number 2, have I always thought this way? But
Oh
I guess
yeah,
there's-
okay. Yeah, we can say that. I'm not quite sure. Like, it's a weird phrasing.
Yeah.
Why have I thought this way? Like, it's him saying that.
Have I always destroyed existence with my thoughts?
Oh, okay.
I
Is
guess.
that option coming from the conceptualization check? That came right before, right? Before this conversation option?
No.
Okay.
Between that was
Okay.
the question, where's how? And then
Yeah, okay.
it responded,
Never
and
mind
now
then.
we're in the new dialogue option.
All right. So what do we say? You make it. It's your call.
I like the drank option too.
Let's take it.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
And we are back to the big menu. We have a new option. And we say out loud, Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
Sure, let's establish some ground rules. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't look like that, no.
Okay.
And we can ask, what does it look like? Or we can say, okay, good, forget it.
Number 1.
You're just staring at it.
He whispers.
All right. He's asking because of the telepathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can say, then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Right. Yes.
Or we can say nothing, just looking at the stick
No.
insect.
Number 1.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
He keeps us grounded. It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can respond. So the question is it somehow related to the case? And we can respond, number 1, sort of. Number 2, no. I told you what it's about. Our fate. Or number 3, the case. The case is meaningless compared to this. I have totally transcended the case.
Shut up. No, we didn't. I think number 1 is true though, because it is sort of like related because the Phasmid is influencing the killer.
Exactly.
You know.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I think he's right.
Yeah. Also, if it's fearing that it will disappear because we blink, what happens when we take a picture?
Yeah,
of it?
exactly. I was thinking about that. It might be
Huh.
like the totally vile human, like vulgar thing to do,
Uh-huh.
but we still kind of got to do it. So
Yes.
yeah.
Let's destroy some existences.
Well, we'll see. I don't really know if this is a good or a bad act, honestly.
First, we have to say to it, I have to say goodbye now.
Yeah.
I have no more thoughts. That was all.
Okay.
No, there is one more.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. We have option number 1. No, there are no more thoughts. Number 2. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest. Number 3. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the scariest.
Mm.
And number 4. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the most beautiful.
This is the thought, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sort of funny, because even if you take number 1, then the last thought we have is, no, there are no more thoughts.
True, yes.
I like the last option most, I think. What do you think?
Most beautiful. Yep. At that one, I was wondering about his ex-wife. So is this the replacing bit? So are we replacing our antenna leg with a proper antenna, where we replace our most beautiful human encounter with the wife, with this new most beautiful Phasmid?
I really like that, and it makes me want to take that option even more. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Here we go.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
What did he say? That woman?
That woman, turn from the ruin.
Ah,
Turn and go forward for all mankind.
right. The ruin of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see.
And we can say, number 1, I can't. Number 2, I will try. Number 3, I will. And number 4, what woman?
Number 4. Actually do it. Don't just think about it.
Uh-huh.
You cannot lie to me. Behind you, he smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it.
Well, that didn't work out.
Can you read that?
You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires.
Right.
So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence.
Yeah.
End it. And we are left with the other 3. So I can't,
wow.
I will try, and I will.
Then say I can't.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
What was the first?
She was hell on earth.
Mm.
It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Right.
Which makes me wonder about a comment on the last episode, where someone used exactly that phrase. Well played.
No, nice. We have such nice commenters.
Yes. So, we are left with, okay, Kim, take the picture. Or we can disengage slowly.
Take the
and
picture.
leave.
Sorry, we gotta do it. Also, he was like saying, hey, don't forget about me. And this is sort of the most extreme way to not forget.
Yeah, we're making sure other people also don't forget about it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The Phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant. Hypnotized by the flash, it stands frozen before you.
And instead of the game, we are seeing the picture.
Ah, okay.
Harry standing in front of the Phasmid, reaching its hand out. The Phasmid 3 meters above it. And the sky behind it, a violent orange and blue.
That's cool.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
I got it.
Amazing.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds and the sky.
Nice.
And you as a shadow before it.
For all time.
yeah, whatever's left of it.
And we can, number 1, slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker. Number 2, carefully pet its size-like forearm. Or say, we got it, and back off.
You want to pet it?
Sure.
Pet its forearm.
We touch it.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
So it has no real body. It's just these incredibly thin sticks
Yeah.
and then a pretty massive head above it.
Well, its physical form is a metaphor for like the mental form it described, right?
Mhm.
Being incredibly
True.
light.
Yeah.
It's about to move. You can sense it.
All right. What should we do then? maybe back away now.
We can either run our hand up the slender limb higher, or we can pull our hand away.
I kind of
Again, Half-Light, I don't know, what are you telling us here?
run it up. I just want to know what happens.
Yeah, okay.
A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system.
Maybe we kind of gave it an epileptic attack.
Hope not.
Yeah.
And we're back to the previous menu. We can either back off or slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
I guess we're doing this. Touch the whiskers. Make sure it's fine, I guess.
Touch it all over.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body.
Hey, we healed morale.
Okay.
It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
That was interfacing,
Yeah, makes sense.
which we leveled a lot lately.
Yes.
Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This antennae is much smaller than the other one.
Oh, is that the one that replaced the
The leg.
leg?
Maybe, yeah.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
And we can look at our finger or wipe it off.
Look at the finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen.
And we can either back off or we can lick the finger.
We need to find out what the killer got high on. Lick the finger, Vincent.
So stupid.
No, this is definitely a good idea.
This is detective work.
Yes.
I know.
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointed from limb and head alike. Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
That was perception taste.
All right.
But hey, we gained 5 XP.
Cool.
And now we back off.
I was hoping Electro would chip in with a comment.
Yeah, maybe we're just not good enough at
Yeah.
Electron.
True.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
And we're back to the game. And there's only one option left.
Uh-huh.
Disengage slowly. And we leave.
As you're turning away, the Phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
What's happening?
The creature is moving, just like the game just described.
Okay.
It's moving outside.
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water.
Wow. What an encounter.
Gone.
And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
Oh, loot. Nice.
Nice. What is that?
It's Horde.
It's gone.
The lieutenant looks north, with his hand raised to his brow.
Mm-hmm.
And we can say, number one, it can walk on water?
That's the thing that upsets you? Like normal insects do that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Jesus, Vincent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Option number 2, what's that in the reeds? Or number 3,
The items, I guess he means.
yeah. Option number 3, what now? And we leave.
I want to say the number one because it's so stupid.
It can walk on water?
Yeah.
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
He shakes his head with amazement.
I guess it is quite big for something that can walk on water.
True.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
also very light. So what's that in the
Yeah,
reeds?
yeah.
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
Okay. And
Okay.
then we ask, what now?
What now?
All right, you.
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Okay.
We have a thought. And we can do something. Let's do the thought first.
I think. Well, I guess the thought is fine. Let's look at the thought, and then I think we'll call it an episode.
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
Maybe I was wrong.
Here we go again.
So what are the options, Vincent?
So that was Half-Light speaking.
Sure.
And also used a weird language for the last part. There's a lamba in there.
Oh, like Greek letters? Sure. Okay.
And we can say, what time? Or we can say, yeah, I don't think the time is now. Later maybe, and we leave.
Well, we might not get another chance. That's always the problem.
Uh-huh.
So,
What time?
sure. What time?
Hammer time.
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All
wow.
will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
It's the apocalypse.
Yeah, I think.
What is it always saying? To Allah? Is that Allah? Like, can you spell that?
No. Because that's exactly what I said. These are weird
That's
symbols.
Tuala.
That's a lowercase t,
Yeah.
but without the line on top. Then an A, a lowercase a with a accent above it.
Okay.
And then the new word, an O, like the German Ö, then a lamba, and then an A without an accent. All lowercase.
Töla. All right. Yeah, I think then I understand. It's supposed to just be some enigmatic, old, weird thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can
Like
ask.
Ragnarok or something. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we can ask, what's that?
Thanks, game.
Then option number 2. Wait. When did this countdown begin? Option number 3. This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it? And that's the proceed option. Or the last option. Yeah, I don't think the time is now. Later maybe, and we leave.
Yeah, this later stuff doesn't convince me. There's a wait option. We always take wait options, so do that.
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I guess.
Yeah.
Other options?
The others are still there.
Do number 1.
So what's that?
Ulogu theodos, xino zausin, ipoli osidien, echondes fronisin.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that.
Yeah, me neither.
Isn't that creepy? I mean, the game is implying that this is Harry's thoughts. So he is just thinking thoughts in a different language he doesn't understand, I guess. Which
Yeah.
is upsetting.
But at the same time, it's sort of like the Wunderbar earlier, right? It's just
Oh yeah, he's just losing his mind. I guess that's the countdown.
either that, or maybe he was just how do they call the people who just know lots of languages in an earlier life, and he just forgot all
Sure.
about it.
Yeah.
And it's more like
Anything's
his
possible.
subconscious that's still capable of using it.
Yeah, but I mean, it is interesting, right? It's like, what's the difference? Like, from one perspective, it's reality's having cracks and is slowly collapsing, or is it like you're slowly losing your mind? It comes down to the same thing, right? It's
Yeah.
one coin from two sides.
True. I'm wondering if, and maybe one of our viewers can say, tell us that, is that making any kind of sense.
Oh yeah,
what
it's an
saying.
actual language.
Yeah.
Am I just stupid? And this is like Finnish, and all our Finnish viewers are like angry at us.
I don't think it's finished, but I think it's closer to Greek. But
Perhaps Croatian. Sorry, that's a joke. No one understands. So what
possibly.
else?
Proceed or leave. That's
Okay,
the option.
proceed, I guess.
So proceed.
If
with,
you put it that way. Like,
this is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
This is, yeah,
Okay.
unsettling.
We can say number one. Am I sure it's not just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism? Number two. I'm a little afraid. And then number three, the opt-in option. I do think the world might end soon.
Fuck.
Or number four, opt-out. Yeah. I'm going to opt out of the apocalypse, whatever it is. This was a mistake.
Right. This is whole apocalypse
Yeah,
cop thing. And this is, I guess... Fuck. What a... God damn it, Vincent. Like, I don't want to make this decision now.
Well, are we the apocalypse cop or are we
I guess
not?
we have to decide now. I mean, this is the mean thing, right? It's like... I say mean, but it's just interesting from the game. Like, what happens when you just give the player a choice? Like, do you want the world to end or not? Like... It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's always the problem, right? I want to know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there are more options. Let's just do the first one. It's just a joke, right?
Am I sure it's not just a joke?
Yeah.
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Then the next option, I'm a little afraid.
Yeah, do that.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos.
The intensity is great, especially with this narrator. Okay, we have to opt in. It's just like we have to find out what happens.
Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover.
The delivery on that was golden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Electro?
That was volition.
Oh, okay.
And volition was helpful so far.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
that leaves us with opt-in or
Yeah.
opt-out.
Opt in.
Here we go. I do think the world might end soon.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
And we gained the thought, cop of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Nice that we get another thought at this late in the game.
Let's look at it.
Yes.
Cop of the apocalypse. Temporary research bonus. -1 rhetoric. Rambling madman.
Okay, yeah.
And research time 6 hours and 55 minutes. I should also say it's like 10 in the evening at the moment.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty late. And the problem is you woke up in a hotel room and started rambling about the end of the world. It's not your normal, everyday doom crying either. Something truly colossal is approaching. The gloaming, the culling, the bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Until now, you've been pleasantly vague about the precise nature of this cataclysm. No more. Put the bloodletting on the burner and really figure out what's threatening the fragile physical reality you just found yourself in.
Maybe this will finally help us get over our ex-wife.
Yeah. Do we want to slot it in? And,
yeah, absolutely. Let's find a spot.
forward, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We have to do this discussion again now, where we
Yes.
like optimize and find the least helpful thought.
So should I just go through them all?
Do you have an obvious choice that comes up? I don't really want to go through all of them if we don't have to.
I think the 15th Indo tribe was always an
Oh
option.
yeah. What? I mean, what was up with that?
Also, Hanno and Ike.
All right, but the Van Eyck thing lets us see the posters,
that's
right?
True, that's true. And I mean, the 15th Indo tribe plus 10 cents for every green orb clicked.
We don't need that anymore.
No.
Money is not an issue. Yeah. Let's just do the Indo tribe.
Okay.
Off you go.
Forget it. Goodbye. That's also one of our skill points. Gone.
That's true, but we do have one, right?
Yeah, we have another
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
And after
Yeah,
that-
that's good.
And internalize. Is there anything else we want to do here in the thoughts? We still have the Guillaume Le Million, I think.
Oh, what's that?
Whatever happened to him, who with his amber mane and sparkling teeth beguiled the tattered remains of the nation.
Oh,
While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slandering new lines of some starlet Bois de Noir 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or, wait, maybe he became a police officer in Ravachol West. Huh.
yeah, that was like this actor guy, right? That the driver
Yeah.
lady was reminiscing about,
Uh-huh.
I think. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not
Him
that interested.
and- Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have rigorous self-critique.
Yeah, okay.
Some kind of superstar. That's a superstar cop, I assume. Anti-object task force.
Right, I remember. Yeah.
The jam rock shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore aesthetic. Col de Mama d'Aqua.
We had that though, didn't we?
No. Well, I mean, we got the thought, but we never internalized it.
I get wow. That seems like something we would have done. It's weird. We also had a strange bug with the Col de Mamadakwa, and
Yeah, true.
I'm kind of over the Col de Mamadakwa at this point.
I mean, we
We
just,
met an actual Phasmid.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
just finished that
Yeah.
whole.
Sorry, it's just.
And
done.
then the last one is the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center.
Oh right, I remember that. That was also weird and stuff. And yeah, there's a reason why we didn't slot these in. I think it's fine. It's good to go over just so we don't miss anything that maybe came up sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy with the thoughts we have now, and like I hope the game is still long enough so that we can finish.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, but somehow I do think so. I do think it is.
Maybe.
Um,
Do we want to look at the loot?
Let's do it next time. You never know in this game. You know, you'll be in a
Yeah.
dialogue very quickly, even with an item.
True.
That's happened before.
Mhm.
And I think we're about at an end. I haven't looked at the clock. But anyway, thanks for playing, Vincent. That was a
Oh,
lot
my
of fun.
pleasure. I'm so glad we are back.
Yeah, that was a big payoff. I'm very happy with
Yes.
the Phasmid payoff. All the walking around, filling traps with locusts was worth it, I would say. If you, dear viewer, have anything to say about the Phasmid and stuff, I'd love to actually hear it. Your comments have been pretty cool. So tell us what you think. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can also follow us on Twitter @makes_play. Vincent, do you have any last words?
I like the Phasmid stuff. I love all of it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.